Yes, today's session is going to be all about WBJ. You guys have spammed in comment section, in chat box, in DMs, on Instagram, Telegram, that ma'am, WBJ session. So here we are with WBJ session, wherein I am going to take mathematics, Shreyas sir physics, and Deeksha ma'am chemistry. So all three subjects covered. Mathematics, I'm going to take top 50 questions from mathematics. You can see right here, okay. If I am audible and visible, do let me know in the chat box, okay. Alright, so yes, top 50 questions, WBJ, mathematics. Without any further ado, we will start today's session. Let me tell you before we start about the pattern of WBJ examination, okay. So pattern, you can clearly see that over here, mathematics, see, over here mathematics, if you observe, there are 75 questions which are going to come from mathematics, and it will constitute 100 marks. And physics and chemistry 40 questions each, and physics and chemistry 50 marks over here will be applicable, okay. So mathematics, physics and chemistry, you can clearly see. Now mathematics category 1, if I talk about category 1, see, in every subject you are going to get 3 categories. Category 1 will have 50 questions of mathematics with 1 mark on right answer, and 0.25 will get deducted on wrong answer. Then category 2, it will be slightly on difficult side, 15 questions, 2 marks for correct answer, and 0.5 marks will get deducted for wrong answer. And category 3, 10 questions, 2 marks per question, no negative marking. So this is 75 questions, 100 marks. Same physics and chemistry, now number of questions will be less. So instead of 50, can you see there will be 30 questions in physics and 30 in chemistry. From category 2, there are 15 from mathematics, but 5 from physics and chemistry. And category 3, there will be 10 questions from mathematics, but 5 from physics and chemistry each, okay. So now you know that the weightage of mathematics is higher than your physics and chemistry. So take mathematics very seriously. The second chance you're going to get, just make sure that you solve each and every question with me till the very end, so that you get the clear-cut idea of this examination. Okay, first question, you can see WBJ 2024. This is the latest PYQ you are seeing on your screen, and they are saying that this integration is less than 4. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to integrate this, okay, 3 by 2. Oops, let me just reduce the thickness. 3 by 2, and over here the integration of root x is going to be what? So integration of root x is x power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2. Now upper limit will be a, so a power 3 by 2 minus 1 power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2, okay. So this is what it is, plus integration of 1 is what? X upper limit minus lower limit will be a minus 1, minus this is what? Minus of integration of x power minus half. X power minus half integration will be power 3 by 2, or we can write as a root a. Okay, this is minus 1 plus a can be written down as root a whole square. Minus 1 minus 2 root a plus 2 is less than 4 root a. Is it correct? One more time, let's cancel the term root a, minus 1 and plus 2 are gone. Minus 1 plus 2 are gone. Also, root a clearly is gone. So this is a plus root a is less than, okay. Sorry, not like this. This is a, correct, from here, and this is root a. This is minus 2. So this will plus 6, yes. So a plus root a is less than 6. Now understand, this is actually root a square plus root a minus 6 less than 0. So if you split this, you're going to get root a plus 3 and root a minus 2 less than 0, correct. So root a will lie between minus 3 to 2. Root a will lie between minus 3 to 2, but root a cannot be negative. So root a will lie between 0 to 2, where 0 can be open, but again A cannot be 0. Why? Because it is in denominator, so A cannot be 0. So A belongs to 0 to 4 is absolutely correct answer of this particular question. Option C. Got it? Everybody getting it? Understanding it? If yes, then okay. Next question on your screen. Okay. So these three numbers are in WBJ 2023. 1 and log of this and log of this are in arithmetic progression. Then x equals to what? To decode this question, you need to have a strong understanding of logarithm. Okay, so let's just dive into logarithm. As per the question, you have seen that these three numbers are in arithmetic progression. So double of middle. When three numbers are in AP, you know the condition, right? 2b is equals to a plus c. So much space they have wasted now. I could have solved this question over here. Because of the lining, I need to take the next page. So now, twice of the middle number log of 9 and 3 power 1 minus x, correct, plus 2. Twice of b is equals to a plus c. So 1 plus, the next thing is log of base 3, 4.3 power x minus 1. Is it correct? These three things are in AP. So 2b is equals to a plus c. Now this 1, because see, what I want is...
Okay, I found this on the web for 3 power x minus 1. Is it correct? These three things are in AP or b is equal to a plus. Check it out.
Siri. Hey Siri. Shut up. Okay. So over here 2 log of 9. This 9 over here will be 3 square, 3 power 1 minus x plus 2 is equals to 1 plus log of 3, 4.3 power x minus 1. Okay. Alright. Yes. See, what I'm trying to say is this 9 can be written in 3 square. Whenever there is power on the base, it will come in front. But now it will come in denominator, not in numerator. So 2 gone. And this 1, see, 1 can be replaced by log of 3 to the base 3, so that log of a plus log of b is log of a into b. So 4 times 3 power x minus 1, and this is log of 3 power 1 minus x plus 2. Okay. So this is 3 power 1 minus x plus 2 is equals to 4.3 power x minus 1. Now this is what you have got finally. Now what you need to do is, see, you put 3 power x should be equals to t, and 1 upon 3 power x will be 1 by t. Let's put. So this is 3 by t plus 2 is equals to 3. Then we are having 4t minus 1. Okay, 4t minus 1. If you solve it, you are going to get a quadratic equation in t. Let us solve that. So that is going to give you 3 plus 2t is equals to 3t. So 3t, 12t square and minus 3t. Okay. So this is going to give you 12t square minus 5t minus 3 is equals to 0. 12 3s are 36. 36. Let me check. Let me check whether we have created. Yes, absolutely. Correct. Now, I was trying to split it, but I was not able to get any factors of it. So what we can do is 12t square minus 5t minus 3 is equals to 0. So t will be equals to 5 plus minus square root of b square. 25 plus 4, 12a upon 24. T will be equals to 5 plus minus, and this is going to give you 144 plus 25, 169 upon 24. T is equals to 5 plus minus 13 upon 24. So 13 plus 5 will be 18. 18 by 24 will be the one value of t. Another will be 5 minus 13, so minus 8 by 24. 24. Clearly, t is nothing but 3 power x, which cannot be negative, so I am not considering this. 3 power x is 6 3s are 6 4s are 3 by 4. Take log both the sides to get the value of x. So log, if you take x log 3 to the base 3 is equals to log of 3 minus log of 4, and this is 1 minus log 4 to the base 3 will be the value of x. 1 minus log 4 to the base 3 is matching with option B. Have a look, let me know. Yes, getting it in the chat box? Give me a big thumbs up, okay? Alright, so you need to solve it with me. Next question on your screen is from the world of sequence and series. Good question, AMGM inequality based question, because all the numbers be positive real numbers. So whenever the question is talking about some positivity along with some minimum or maximum, that means 100%. These two things will lead to AMGM inequality. Let me apply it. So sum of how many numbers? A1 by A2. So these are n numbers. A1 by A2 plus A2 by A3 plus A3 by A4 and all the way up to AN upon A1. Okay? Whole upon n. N numbers are there. This is arithmetic mean greater than or equals to geometric mean. Geometric mean of n numbers will what? Will be what? Multiplication of all the numbers. So multiply A1 by A2, A2 by A3. If you multiply these numbers, you will realize, suppose imagine there is no plus sign, there is multiplication sign. So A2, A2 cancel, A3, A3 cancel, then AN, AN cancel, and A1 will get cancelled with A1, right? So basically all the terms will get cancelled out if you see, right? So product of all numbers will be 1. So geometric mean is what? Geometric mean of n numbers is what? What is the formula? Product of all power 1 by n. So product of all is 1 power 1 by n. Okay. So obviously this right hand side is 1. If you multiply, so this summation will be greater than or equals to n. This is what you're going to get. So minimum value of this expression is what? Greater than or equals to n means what? Option B is absolutely correct. Getting it? Understanding it? Alrighty, clear? Next question on your screen. This is a good question, very easy question, okay? So as per the graphical question, I would say, suppose you are having a quadratic equation which is upward facing quadratic equation because leading coefficient is positive. Upward facing quadratic equation whose one root is less than 2 and another root is greater than 2. So this is how your graph will be. At x equals to 2, what will happen? The value at x equals to 2 will be negative, will be less than 0. So function of 2 will be less than 0. Just put function of 2. So this is your f of x, right? This is the equation. Na? Graph of quadratic equation is not possible. Graph of quadratic polynomial is possible, okay? So f of 2, so 4 plus 2p plus minus q square is less than 0. This is what you're going to get. So 4 plus 2p minus q square less than 0 is matching with option D, okay? This is a clear-cut condition. When one root is less than a certain number and another root is greater than that certain number, given that leading coefficient being positive, then value of that thing will be less than 0. Next question, next question. Okay, a and b are odd integers, then roots of this equation, okay? So for roots, we know that class 10th, discriminant is b square minus 4a 2ab, okay? If you open it, 4a square plus b square plus okay, 2 2s are 4ab minus 8ab. Can you see? So this is 4a square plus b square minus 4ab. What is this? Can you see? This is 2a minus b whole square. This is your discriminant. This can never be negative. Perfect square. Discriminant is becoming perfect square. That can never be negative. Okay, so over here if discriminant is perfect square, it can be either 0 and it can be either positive, correct? And if it is perfect square, see, understand, minus b plus minus square root of d. So this is 2a minus b upon 2a into 2. This is your roots. These are your roots. Now understand, a and b are odd integers. Can you see there is no square root involved? Irrational is not at all possible. Non-real is not at all possible. I think equal can also be not possible, because certainly 2a and b are equal. That is not possible. Again, why it is not possible? See, obviously b cannot be equals to 2a, because if a is an odd integer, you multiply odd into 2, it will become even integer, and b is not even integer. As per the question, b is an odd integer, so b is equal to 2a. That is not possible. So equal to not possible, because discriminant equal to 0 is not possible. In fact, it is strictly greater than 0, right? So only rational is absolutely right. Okay. All right. Next question. Ready? Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so next question says the value of a for which the sum of squares of the roots of the equation, basically you are looking for alpha square plus beta square. Alpha square plus beta square is alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. You are looking for minimum value of this. So first let's calculate the minimum value. So let's forget. Let's calculate the value of alpha square plus beta square. So alpha plus beta will be a minus 2 whole square minus 2 times, and this is plus a plus 1. Okay, so this is going to give you a square plus 4 minus 4a plus 2a plus 2. A square minus 2a plus 6. So a square minus 2a plus 1 plus 5, because I am trying to make it a perfect square. A minus 1 whole square plus 5. Now analyze the minimum value. Now analyze this square cannot be negative. Minimum value of any square is 0. If you put 0, 0 plus 5 will be the minimum value. So 5, 5, 5. The value of a for which this assume least value will be 5. But at what value of a? At a is equals to 1. Option B is absolutely right. They are not talking about minimum value. They are talking about minimum value it will achieve, but at what value? Okay. Alrighty, clear. Next question on your screen from the complex numbers. Okay, let's start. Alright, z is equals to x minus iota y and z power 1 by 3 is p plus iota q. I think the question is pretty obvious that you need to cube. See, this is what they are saying. Z is equals to x minus iota y. Z power 1 by 3 is equals to p plus iota cube. So I have cubed both the sides. Okay. Then we need to tell some value, but let's do that and compare. So z will be equals to p cube, a cube plus b cube, because iota square is minus 1, right? A cube plus b cube plus 3 a square b. So p square q iota, okay, plus 3 ab square. So minus 3 pq square. Now let's get the real part differently and imaginary part differently. Okay, so this is z is equals to real part, imaginary part. As per this question, x you are going to get is p cube minus 3pq square. X by p can you write from here? Ma'am, p square minus 3q square. Similarly, y by q if you write, q square minus 3p square. So p square minus 3q square, q square minus 3p square. So x by p, let me write it. P square minus 3q square plus y by q is q square minus 3p square upon p square plus q square. So this is going to give you what? P square minus 3p square is minus 2p square minus 2q square upon p square plus q square. If you take minus 2 common, numerator denominator will get cancelled out. Option D will match with this answer. Everybody getting it? Understanding it? Have a look. Let me know. Okay, done with 8th question. 9th question on your screen is this. Okay, this is a problem from permutation and combination, and the topic over here which is in question is, okay, so concept says whenever you don't want to change the order of some specific elements, consider them identical. Let me show you. The number of ways in which the letter of the word vertical can be arranged without changing the order of the vowels. Okay, vertical. So order, that means E, I and A, these three vowels the order will not change. That means in any letter formed by vertical, E will come in the first position relative to I and A. Okay, are you getting my point? So if you read na, A cannot come before E, basically. E, I, A. So these three letters I will consider as identical. So V, let us mark it as X, R, T, I is also X, C, X, L. The technique, ninja technique to solve this question is what? That whenever they say can be arranged without changing the order of vowels, without changing order of the vowels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 factorial upon 3 identical, because you don't want to change the order, 3 factorial. Okay, so 8 factorial by 3 factorial, option D, hashtag ninja technique. Okay, alrighty, clear? Yes. Let us move on to the next problem. Two smallest squares are chosen one by one on a chessboard. You know what chessboard looks like this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is how chessboard will look like. Yes? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 64 units. Okay. So now what they are asking, smallest squares are chosen one by one on a chessboard. One by one. They are choosing squares one by one. The probability that they have one side in common. See, the total number of outcomes will be 64 C2. Out of 64 squares, I will choose 2 squares. That is number one thing, okay. Then, okay, they have a side in common. They have a side in common. Alright, so they have a side in common. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7. Can you see? If I pick this side, don't pick squares, pick a side, common side. If you pick a common side, it will automatically bring you 2 squares. So the idea is to not pick any square, any 2 squares. Picking square is a challenging thing, but picking a common side is a natural thing. So how many common sides are possible? Just think about that. So this is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So basically, how many vertical common sides are possible? Tell me. So ma'am, 7, then 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 7, 8s are 56. 56 vertical sides and now horizontal sides. So 56 horizontal sides, right? So if you solve it, 56 plus 56 will be 112. And this is 64, 63 and 2. So 232, okay. So this is now gonna give you 56 and this is 16. 8 7s are 8 2s are. So 7 by 6, hold on. 56 plus 56. 112 upon 64 into 63 into 2, correct? So 8 के टेबल से करते हैं ना, 8 1s are 8, 8 8s are 64, 8 1s are 8, 9 10 11 3 32, 8 4s are 32. Oops. Okay, 7 7 9s are 63, 7 2s are 14. 2 and this is 2. So 1 upon 18 is absolutely right. Option C, absolutely correct. Okay. So 112 upon 64 into 63 by 2. This will what give you what? All right. Yes. Okay, the next question, there are n white and black balls marked 1, 2, 3 all the way up to n. The number of ways in which we can arrange these balls in a row so that neighboring balls are of different colors. Neighboring balls are of different colors, okay. So understand n white and n black balls. So in alternate fashion, you need to arrange in an alternate fashion. So there are two things, okay. Marking is also there, so n different, there is no identical, different, okay. So if I start with, what do? I start with white 1, white 2 and white n. So n white balls can be arranged in n factorial, and in the gaps, can you see, I can arrange black balls. So this is n factorial. Or I can do one thing, I start, see here, if I just put the very first black ball over here, so your arrangement will be white, black, white, black, white, black. It will end with black. But another way is W1, W2 you have arranged. N factorial is done, but now you start with black 1, black 2. So it will end with black n, so n factorial. So 2 n factorial square, option C, absolutely correct. Got it? Getting it? Understanding it? Let me know. Yes, now the next question. The coefficient of a power 10, b power 7, c cube in the expansion of bc plus ca plus ab. Okay, bc plus ca plus ab. Okay. So what we will do is, we will take abc common from this. This is multinomial question, clear cut, and this was asked in WBJ 2024. Let me tell you, multinomial theorem plus x plus y plus z power n. If you tend to write any general term, it will become n factorial upon p factorial, q factorial, r factorial, where p plus q plus r should be equals to n. And it will have x power p, y power q, z power r. This is how the general term will look like, okay. So let me now go back, now you understood this, na? So see, this is BC, CA and AB. I am not liking it. Why? Because I need A, B and C, X, Y and Z. Two things, I will be confused, right? So then there will be more equations will come into the picture. I will take ABC common, power 10. If you take ABC common, it will be 1 by A, 1 by B, 1 by C. Okay, so that will be A power minus 1 plus B power minus 1 plus C power minus 1. This will also work for us. So this is already outside. Now what are you looking for? C. Understand. Here also, if you take A power 10, B power 10, C power 10 common, it will be A power 0, B power minus 3 and C power minus 7. A0, B minus 3 and C minus 7. Correct? So you are actually looking for now the coefficient of A power 0, B power minus 3, C power minus 7, correct? So let me write the general term. I am just ignoring this part now, na? I am just focusing on how to get this. So 10 factorial upon, you need p factorial. So 0 factorial, 3 factorial, 7 factorial. Then there will be A power minus 1 power 0, B power minus 1 power 3, C power minus 1 power 7. So this is 10 factorial. So if you open it, you are looking only for coefficient 10 into 9 into 8, 7 factorial cancel. The coefficient will be 3 into 2 into 1. So this is 3 3s are, so 120. Option C, absolutely right. Okay. Alright, I think easy question only if you know the multinomial theorem. Okay. Alright, getting it. Now this question. Definite integration, and moreover this problem is from King's property. For any integer n, this integral is what you are looking for. Okay, so do you remember that property? If a function if a function, so this is 0 to pi, okay, King's property I'll be applying. This is your I is equals to. Now King's property if I apply, what will happen? I will be 0 to pi e power cos square x. X will be replaced by pi minus x. So e power cos square x. So cos square pi minus x will be cos square x only, na? Why? Because there is already a square. So cos square pi minus x will become eventually cos pi minus cos x. Okay, square is already there. No need to worry about the negative sign. Now here, this is actually 2n plus 1 is an odd number. Cos cube. Okay, है ना? What you can do is, because 2n plus 1 is actually not a, for any integer, na, put n is equals to 1 or 0 for that matter. So this is cos cube, and this is, if you put n is equals to 0, cos cube x. Now if you put x as pi minus x, this is actually, just mark it as cos cube x. The original question is cos cube x. Now if you replace x by pi minus x, cos pi minus x is minus cos x, a negative sign will come out. This is cos cube x dx. Can you see this is second equation? This was already a first equation. Okay, now if you add, 2i is equals to positive minus negative. So this is 0, I is 0. Option C, absolutely correct. Okay, all right, clear. Next question on your screen is this. Easy question, determinant value. You just need to evaluate. Determinant A, my dear students. Determinant A will be, so this is 2. 7 8s are 56 minus 44. 12. 0 is gone, plus 3 times 16 minus 35. 16 minus 35 will be 19, negative 19. Let's see now. So 24 minus 57. So this is minus 33, which is divisible by 11. Option A is absolutely correct. Okay, done, 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 done. The next question on your screen is this. Okay, this is from the Cramer's law, which says this determinant into, remember that Ax is equals to be matrix method, system of linear equation by matrix method. Ax is equals to b. Can you see? Now for unique solution, determinant A can never be 0. So you just need to calculate determinant A. So from here, determinant value, det is what? Det is A minus 4. See, 1. 1. A minus 4 minus 4. So A minus 8. Minus 2 times. Again, 2A minus 8. 2A minus 8 minus 2. So 2A minus 10. Plus 4 times 4 minus 1, 3 is non-zero. Okay. So you are going to get minus 3A. A minus 4A is what? Minus 3A. Minus 8 plus 20. Minus 8 plus 20 will be what? Minus 8 plus 20 will be plus 12. 12 plus 12 is 24 is not equals to 0. So A can never be 8, which is coming from here. Option D is absolutely right. Also understand, if I would have been at your place, I would not be solved this question. Why? Because see, the condition for unique solution is what? Determinant A is equals to non-zero. Obviously, any condition. No, actually, we have to do this. Sorry. We have to do this because sometimes what happens, you open the determinant and there is no A. Automatically, without even like getting value, A gets cancelled and eventually automatically your determinant value is 0. That means non-zero, sorry. Automatically this determinant, without even considering the value of A, you will get 2. So if you're going to get 2, that means that means anyhow it is going to have a unique solution. No value of A will have, basically all the value of A will give you unique solution. So for all integral value of for all values, so you need to solve this, sorry. Yes. Next question. Yes. This is actually a good question, easy but good. P is the adjoint of, so this matrix is actually, pata hai, adjoint of A. Determinant A is equals to 4. Just tell me one thing, what is the relation between determinant of A and adjoint of A? This is the property. For a 3 cross 3 matrix, we know that determinant of adjoint A is determinant A square. Right or wrong? You have studied from me or not? So now determinant of adjoint A is equals to determinant A square. So determinant of adjoint A, determinant of this is nothing but 16. Just determinant P should be equals to 16. Just open it now. 3 4s are 12, minus 12, 0. So minus alpha, 4 minus 6 is minus 2, plus 3, you are having 4 minus say minus 2 is equals to 16, correct? So minus 2 will give you minus 16. So minus 2 alpha plus 6 is equals to minus 16. Minus 2 alpha is equals to minus 16 and minus 6 is going to give you minus 24. Alpha will be equal to, sorry, this is 22. Alpha will be equals to 11. Alpha will be equals to 11. Option B, absolutely correct. Getting it, understanding it. Okay, alrighty. Next question on your screen. Relations, easy question. So ordered pair, see this is rho. Rho is your relation where x comma y will sit inside your ordered pair if x comma y will satisfy 2x plus y is equals to 4, where x and y both are natural number. So over here what you need to do is see. Definitely y can only be the even number. Y has no other option because see, even plus y is equals to even. Even plus odd can never give you even. So y will always be an even number. For all even number it will happen. So start putting y is equals to 2. If you put y is equals to 2, your x will be 1. X will be 1. So 1 comma 2 comma. Put y is equals to 4. 4 cancel. Not possible. Put y is equals to natural numbers, right? Y can be 4. If you put y is equals to, that's it. That's it. Hold on. I think there is some mistake. 41. Yes, this is 41. Now it's fine. So now you need to write again. Now this is the meaning of this question will be completely different. Why? This is even number plus. What should I add in even number so that I get 41 is an odd number? So y will be odd now. So put y is equals to 1. If you put y 1, x will be 20. And if y will be 3, 2, y cannot be 2. You put 2, you will not get a natural number in place of x. Y is equals to 3. So 41 minus 3 will be 38, so 19. Okay. Then this is 18 comma 5. You know the pattern, right? 17 comma, it will be 7. Then you are having 16 comma 9. Then you are having 15 comma 11. It will go all the way up to last. What are you going to get? If you put x equals to 1. So if you put x equals to 1. So 2 into 1, 2. 41 minus 2 is what? 41. Sorry, last value is 39. So put y is equals to 39, I think. If you put y is equals to 30, see y already we are getting odd number. Last odd number will be 39 and then 41. If you put 39, what are you going to get? 39. 41 minus 39, 2. So x is coming out as 1. So 1 comma 39. And after that, y 41 will not happen because 41 cancel. X will be 0, which is not a natural number. So can you now see that A is a subset of 1 to 20. That is correct. X will lie between 1 to 20. Can you see 20, 19, 18, 17 and then 1? So option A seems to be correct and B is subset of 1 to 39, all the odd numbers. I think only option which is correct is option A clearly. Okay, option A is correct. Next question on your screen from the world of inverse trigonometry, my dear students. Okay, tan inverse half tan 2a plus tan inverse cot A plus tan inverse cot cube A. So tan inverse half tan 2a. So this is tan inverse. So this is half. So tan 2a is 2 tan A upon 1 minus tan square A. There is 2 also. Plus tan inverse cot A plus tan inverse cot cube A. 2 cancel, tan inverse tan A upon 1 minus tan square A. Let it be as it is. Tan A upon 1 minus tan square A plus tan inverse cot A plus tan inverse cot cube A. Okay, so this is tan inverse A plus B whole upon 1 minus A plus B whole upon 1 minus cot power 4A. Understand, if you open it, this is tan inverse cot A plus cot cube A, right? I am even not liking, where am I writing, huh? Let me write it here. So this is the formula I have opened, rest everything. Now I am just talking about, this is tan inverse tan A upon 1 minus tan square A plus, this is tan inverse cot A plus cot cube A. So tan inverse cot A plus cot cube A whole upon 1 minus cot power 4. So that will give you 1 plus cot square and 1 minus cot square. If you take cot common, 1 plus cot square will get cancelled out. So this is tan inverse tan A upon 1 minus tan square A. If you take cot A common, so this is tan inverse cot A upon 1 plus to cancel, no? Minus cot square A. Okay. Now if you create this, the second term in terms of tan, so 1 upon tan A. So it will actually give you what? Tan A upon tan square A minus 1. And this is tan inverse tan A upon 1 minus tan square A. So these two terms will get cancelled out because a negative sign is clearly coming out of this. 0 is absolutely right. Okay. All right. Clear. Perfect. Next question on your screen. Oh, I've skipped one question in between. Kya? What is happening? This question is actually a very good question. Again, a ninja technique to decode this question. Okay. For the mapping given by this fx is giving this, which of the following is correct? First of all, I have a technique for you. 1 and onto. Now for onto, to check onto, range you need to calculate. See, this is your function, this is your domain, and this is your codomain. Now if codomain becomes equal as range, then your function is an onto function. So now to calculate range of linear by linear, you need to understand that range is all real values minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x. So coefficient of x from numerator upon coefficient of x upon denominator is 2 by 1, you need to subtract. This is your range. This is your range, my dear students. Range is this. Shortcut to find range of linear by linear. R minus one thing which is coefficient of x upon coefficient of x in the numerator and denominator respectively, which is exactly matching with codomain. So not onto, A and C is wrong. The answer is either B or D. Now whether it is 1 1 or not, so you know that 2A upon A minus B, the traditional method. You take two values A and B, Calculate f of a, f of b, equate them, cross multiply. 2ab minus 2a is equals to 2ab minus 2b. So a is equals to b. This is giving you a is equals to b. If f of a is equals to f of b is giving you only a is equals to b, that means this function is 1, 1 as well. So onto and 1, 1, there is a technique so that you can use it. Next question on your screen. Are we ready? If you are ready, then only I'll be able to play it. Okay? Yes. The equation r square cos square theta minus pi by 3 is equals to 2. Okay, represent what? So from here r square is right here, cos square theta. So r square is right here, cos square theta. Cos theta minus pi by 3, cos a minus b. So cos a, cos pi by 3. Pi by 3 is 60 degree. Cos a cos b plus sin b. So cos 60 degree. Cos theta by 2 plus root 3 by 2 sin theta. Okay, square is equals to 2. R also if you take it inside, so it is going to get this. You are going to get this, right? R cos theta is x. So x by 2 plus r sin theta is y. Y root 3 by 2 whole square is equals to 2. Okay, so in this, what are you going to get? This is definitely not a straight line. Okay, not a straight line. X square plus y square and there will be xy term. So not at all a circle. This will be a parabola. Pair of lines. Let us check. So yes, this is what you are going to get. This is actually pair of straight lines. How? I'll show you. You need to, okay, this is actually a pair of straight line. Can you see? X plus y root 3 is equals to 8 square. So x plus y root 3 is equals to 2 root 2 and x plus y root 3 is equals to minus 2 root 2. Minus 2 root 2. Minus 2 root 2. Can you see pair of straight lines? Option D. Easy, easy, easy peasy. Yes. Next question. Let's do it. Okay. Another question on your screen. Yes. This is actually a topic which is deleted in JEE Main syllabus. And let me just recall it. Converse of family of lines. Converse of family of lines. Easy, not very difficult. These straight lines are concurrent, 1, 2 and 3. So what is the condition of concurrency? The determinant formed by a coefficient of x, y and constant terms. So 1, 2, minus 9. 3, 5 and minus 5. And a, b and minus 1. So if the lines are concurrent, the determinant so formed by the coefficient of 3 lines will be 0. So 5c plus 5b. Okay, 5c plus 5b. Sorry, this is abc nahi hai. This is minus 1, right? So this is right. Minus 5 plus 5b. Minus 2 times you are having minus 3 plus 5a. 5a minus 3. Minus 9 you are having 3b minus 5a is equals to 0. Correct? So now minus 10 plus 45. Minus 10 plus 45 is 35a. If I talk about b, minus 27 plus 5. Minus 27 plus 5 will be minus 22b. Minus 5 plus 6 is plus 1. That's it. Plus 1 is equals to 0. Can you see this? Don't you think that this thing and this thing are matching? It's just that x will be replaced by a and y will be replaced by b. That means, see, if these 3 lines are concurrent, then this condition is true. And this condition you will get if you satisfy this line by a comma b. That means a comma b, the line is passing through a comma b. That is why this condition must be true, right? So a comma b, option D is absolutely right. Next question, next. Okay, the next question is from the domain related problem. Anything which is inside the square root will always be greater than or equals to 0, or you can call it as non-negative. Okay, all right. Now 0 can be written down as log 1 to the base 10. Because base is 10, which is greater than 1, you don't have to worry about changing the sign of inequality. 3x minus x square upon 2 greater than or equals to 1. 3x minus x square greater than or equals to 2. X square minus 3x plus 2 less than or equals to 0. So x minus 2, x minus 1 less than or equals to 0. So x is lying between 1 to 2. Clearly option C is absolutely correct. Have a look, let me know. Okay? Yes? All right. Next question. Good question. Let fx is this, then we are looking for critical point, minimum, maximum, so basically application of derivatives, right? Okay. So if you want to get critical points or maximum or minimum, f dash x equals to 0 will give you critical points. That is number 1. So let's do the very first step, f dash x, calculate the derivative, which is 17 x minus 2, 16. This time x plus 5 raised to power 24 is as it is plus. Now this time x minus 2 power 17 is kept silent and the second is differentiated. Product rule I am applying, I hope you are aware. So f dash x, what I am going to do is taking out x minus 2 power 16 common. So 17 x minus 2 and I am taking x plus 5 power 23 also common. So this is x minus, so 17. Hold on, f dash x, let me just write it over here, f dash x, 17 x minus 2 power 16 and x plus 5 power 24 plus 24 x plus 5 raised to power 23 and x minus 2 power 17 is kept as it is. Okay, f dash x. Now what you need to do is f dash x, x minus 2 power 16, 17 x plus 5 power 24 plus. This is gone, na? Plus. From here x plus 5 raised to power 23 also if you take common. So this is not 24, then it will be just 1. So if you take x minus 2, 1 x minus 2 will be there, 24 will also be there, that's it. That's it. So can you see the critical points, x equals to 2, x equals to minus 5 and from here 24 plus 17, 41x, correct? 41x, 7 5s are 35, 85 plus 85 minus 48. Okay, so one more which is 7, 37. X equals to minus 37 upon 41. Okay, all right. So f does not have critical point at x equals to 2. That is a wrong statement. F has a critical point. Now at x equals to 2, what is happening is that's what they are trying to ask. So yes, f dash x, wavy curve method. So you are having, can you see at x equals to 2, in f dash x, x equals to 2 is having even power. And you know what, at x equals to 2, if you plot the critical points, if a sign will not change, if it is positive, it will remain positive. If sign will not change for an even power in wavy curve, sign will not change. I hope you are aware, very basic. If sign is not getting changed, that means if a function is increasing, it keep on increasing beyond x equals to 2. So there is no minimum neither minimum nor maximum at x equals to 2. You don't have to like check for everything. So here is the final solution. Can you see? This is it. -5, 2 and -37 by 41. 3 critical points. Starting from the right hand side, plus sign. But here again plus sign. Why? Because 2 is having even power. 37 by this having odd power, so sign will change. -5 odd power, sign will change. If there is no sign change before and after x equals to 2, neither minimum nor maximum is the thing. Okay. Alright, next question. Let A be the set of even natural numbers. Cardinality of A will be what? 2, 4, 6. That's it. 3 numbers will be there in set of A. Cardinality of B. Prime integers 2, 3, 5. That's it. 3 integers. Number of relations from A to B is nothing but number of subsets in cardinality of A cross B. So number of subsets in any set will be 2 power number of subsets of A cross B is equals to number of relations of A to B. I hope you remember this formula. Total number of relations from A to B will be equal to number of subsets of A cross B. Now what is the formula for number of subsets? Number of subsets of any set is equals to 2 power cardinality of that set. Cardinality means number of elements in that set. So now A cross B number of sets, can anybody tell me? This will be cardinality of A, cardinality of B. 3 3s are 9. So this is 2 power 9. Option D, absolutely correct. Okay, gotcha, getting it, understanding it. The next question is from the world of limit x tend to infinity, okay, and we need to tell the value of A and B. So let us do one thing. Let us just multiply it. Limit x tend to infinity, x square plus 1 minus ax square minus bx minus ax minus b upon x plus 1. Limit x tend to infinity, then x square 1 minus a, then we are having minus a plus bx and 1 minus b is already there upon x plus 1. See, understand, and this value will be equals to 0. This is value equal to 0. This limit value is equals to 0. Okay, now understand. If at all x square upon x, infinity square upon infinity is infinity. If the power of numerator is greater than power of denominator in infinity by infinity form, then it will be a big trouble. The answer will be infinity, but the answer in this case is 0. That simply means that this term should not exist. I need to disappear. I need to remove this term. Otherwise, this term will make the whole expression value equal to infinity, which is not possible. As per the question, it should be 0. This term has to go. You have to go. Tata bye bye. A is equals to 1. So I think this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Just by this, option B is absolutely right, because you have to take A is equals to 1. This has to go. A1, then only it will go. Now, if A is 1, so this is minus of 1 plus B times x plus 1 minus b upon x plus 1. Now, understand, if the power of numerator and denominator are equal in infinity by infinity form, then what will happen? Your answer will be minus of 1 plus b upon 1 will be equals to 0. So, b will be minus 1. So, b will be minus 1. Automatically, option B is absolutely correct, which is satisfying b being minus 1. So, I think you don't have to solve the complete problem, but you can just do the specific part to get the final answer, okay. Y is equals to e power tan inverse x, and you are decoding the exact answer, okay. So, y dy by dx, y1 dy by dx is y1, e power tan inverse x upon 1 plus x square. Now, I don't know how many of you have attended my CBSE sessions. Just multiply. Y1 1 plus x square is equals to e power tan inverse x. y1 1 plus x square is equals to e power tan inverse x, correct? Cross multiply, now differentiate it again. So y2 1 plus x square constant plus, this time derivative of 1 plus x square is 2x and this is y2 is equals to e power tan inverse x upon 1 plus x square. One more thing, let me just remove 1 plus x square so that there is a square, there is again 1 plus x square multiplication and this is your y. So y2 1 plus x square whole square plus 2x y2 1 plus x square is equals to y, okay, is equals to y. So 1 plus x square, Okay, so y1, hold on. Let me just go back. This will not match, although the answer is correct, but the proper form we need to create. So the moment you second time differentiated, now here, till now it is correct. Now this actually is y, this thing is nothing but y1 if you see. So y2 1 plus x square and this is actually y1, correct? So plus 2x y1 is equals to this also is y1. So y2 1 plus x square plus 2x minus 1 y1 is equals to 0, which is matching with option A. Okay, gotcha? Everybody getting it? Now we need to speed up. We need to speed up very quickly. We need to do missile fired from the ground level, rises x meter vertically upward, okay? Maximum height, they are talking about maximum. The word maximum over here means application of derivative. Derivative should be 0. So dx by dt, x is height, right? Should be equals to 0. So 100 minus 25 by 2 into 2t is equals to 0. Over here 2 cancel and you're going to get t is equals to 4. The moment you get t is equals to 4, you're going to get minimum or maximum value at t is equals to 4. Put t is equals to 4, x equals to 400 minus 50. So the answer will be what? T square, na 16. So 25 into 8. 25 into 8, 25 into 4 is 100, 200. So answer will be 200. Maximum height will be option C, 200. Everybody getting it? Yes, let's be a little bit quicker. This is A matrix, options are given. A is null matrix, obviously A is not at all null matrix. In null matrix, all elements are 0. Minus 1, what is minus 1? Okay, A is skew symmetric. In skew symmetric matrix, all the diagonal elements should be 0. But can you see there is this minus 1 because of which this will never be a symmetric matrix. A inverse does not exist. So if you just calculate determinant A, you will realize minus 1, 0 and 1. So determinant A is non-zero. If determinant A becomes 0, then inverse does not exist. Here determinant A is actually non-zero, so this is also wrong. I think the only option which is correct is option D, A square is equals to identity matrix. That I am not going to check also because none of the options of ABC are correct. Now this question, the same similar type of question was asked in JEE Main as well. Good question. They are asking you actually in 100 factorial how many 3 are there? See, 1000 factorial. 1000 factorial is what? Tell me. 1000 factorial is 1 into 2 into 3. So you've got 1 3. 4, 5, 6. 6 has one more 3. Then 7, 8, 9. 9 has 2 3. So starting from 1 to 10. So in 10 factorial if somebody asks me, so there will be 3, then 6, then 9 has, so 4 3s are there. Okay, so 3 power 4. In 100 factorial similarly and in 1000 factorial. So there is a good technique to solve these type of questions. So 3 power n, they are looking for n where m is not divisible by 3. That means all the 3's are collected over here and m is not a multiple of 3. You cannot get any 3 out of it. So yes, so the final answer has some shortcut technique, let me tell you. Suppose 1000 factorial mein you are looking for number of 3's, right? Correct. So you will divide it by 3. So ma'am, okay, if you divide it by 3, 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 3 3s are 9, 3.33. No need to consider the decimal. Only consider the integral part, 333. So there will be 333 3's over there. But after that, what you have got is 333 again divided by 3. So you are going to get 111. So plus 111 will also there. Now 111 again divide by 3. 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9, and 9, 3 3s are 9. Then 3 7s are 21, 37 point something. So plus 37. 37 now again 37 by 3. So 3 1s are 3 2s are, so 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So plus 4. 4 divided by 3 is 1 plus 1. 1 divided by 3. Fraction will not get considered. So 333 plus 11 is 344. 344, 37. 387 plus 12. 393. Correct? 12 plus 4. So this is 397, 398. Option C, absolutely right. Getting it? Understanding it? Okay. Okie dokie. Next question on your screen. Okay, this is from the world of integration. I'm going to give you the hint to solve this question. See, whenever you see 1 minus x cube and x power half. Okay, 1 minus x cube and x power half. So there is no substitution working for you. But x power half and x cube. So let's combine these two, x cube and power half. X power 3 by 2, let us substitute as t. So that x cube, whenever x cube is written now, x cube will be t square. So if you just, this is square root 1 minus t square. X power half, correct? X power half. So x power half is nothing but, so x power half will be equals to t power 1 by 3. So this is t power 1 by 3. And now differentiate it. 3 by 2, x power 1 by 2 dx is equals to dt. Okay. So x power, so dx will be what? Hold on. Let us do one thing. Let's not write this over here. No need to write this over here, because see, if you take this as 3 by 2, this is denominator sorted, root x dx will become, so this is 2 by 3 and this is nothing but dt, correct? So this is actually sine inverse, 2 by 3 sine inverse t. What is t? T is 2 by 3, x power 2 by 3 plus c, correct? Okay, 2 by 3 sine inverse x power 2 by 3. Sine inverse x power 2 by 3. Now, this is Gof x. This is Gof x. Now, just calculate Gof x. If you put fx over here in all the options C, I can say that Gof x is actually, as per my analysis, it is sine x power 2 by 3. In this case, let's calculate Gof x. So, x will be replaced by f of x. Each and every option may you have to calculate Gof x. So, this is what? No, this is not possible. There is no possibility of sine. I think BCD we need to check, right? Not even BCD. This is also wrong. I think power is 2 by 3 or what? Sine inverse t. T is nothing but x power 3 by 2. Yes, x power 3 by 2, not 2 by 3. So this is 2 by 3 sine inverse x power 3 by 2. And this is also 3 by 2. Yes, 3 by 2. Thank you for confirming. 3 by 2. So now this can be the answer. This is not allowed, but sine inverse, this can be the answer. So if you put fx over here, I think B option seems to be absolute. This is also wrong. B option seems to be absolutely correct. Okay, B option is absolutely correct. Because in B option, if you calculate GOF, you will get sine inverse x power 3 by 2. Okay, alrighty, the next question on your screen, this, okay, definite integration, and in definite integration, you are having a problem for King's property. Whenever there is a theta and sine theta involved, x and sine x, whenever there is involved, apply King's property. So this is your I, first equation. Now this is I will be equals to 2 pi minus theta sine power 6 theta cos power theta d theta, 0 to 2 pi. Second equation, first equation, second equation. If you add 2i is equals to, okay, theta cancel. It will be integral 2 pi will already be there. Sine power 6 theta cos theta d theta 2 cancel. 0 to pi. Now understand. One more time. Cos 2 pi minus theta, right? 2 pi, right? Now I'm going to apply King's property over here. Okay. So this is I will be equals to, this is pi by, sorry. So I am changing this 0 to pi, okay, and this is twice of pi sine power 6 theta Queen's property cos theta d theta. Now this I is equals to 2 pi, this is again one more time. Now one more time apply King's property, you will realize that now it is becoming sine power 6 theta 2 pi minus theta is sine power 6 theta cos 2 pi minus theta is minus cos theta d theta. Can you see this and this together? These two, if you add 2i becomes 0, 2i becomes 0. So option D is absolutely right. Okay, because after applying King's property, see, first we applied King's, then Queen, then one more time King, then we realized that 2i is becoming 0. So this is the correct answer. Now this is actually a direct question from Ninja Technique. So many times I have told you this. Okay, the answer is upper limit minus lower limit by 2. Again, apply King's property and add. The solution is right there in this PDF. Apply King's property and add. So pi by 2 minus 0 upon 2. So answer will be pi by 4. Option A absolutely correct. Okay, all right, clear. Next question on your screen. So this is a proper question from Leibniz theorem. Whenever you see integration and the upper and lower limit or either of upper or lower limit is variable, Leibniz theorem. How to apply Leibniz theorem? Let me tell you. F dash x is equals to, now see, internal thing is completely in terms of t. So replace this t by upper limit. So e power minus cos square x. Now differentiate the upper limit. So derivative is minus sin x. Minus sign you have to do. See, I need some space. F dash x is equals to e power minus of cos square x and minus of sin x. What did I do? I have replaced t by upper limit and differentiated cos x, upper limit. Minus, this time replace t by lower limit and differentiate it. So this is cos x. That's it, done. Now put pi by 4. So f dash pi by 4. The moment you put pi by 4 here and here, cos square pi by 4, sin square pi by 4, both are 1 by 2. So e power minus half will come outside. This is minus sin x minus cos x. So minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2 will be this e power. Acha. Now this is 1 by root e and minus 2 by root 2. Okay. So this is nothing but root 2 by e but with a negative sign. Option D is no. Option B is absolutely right. Alrighty, clear. Next question on your screen. Yes. This is the question. Alright. Yes. So y is equals to x upon log of mod of cx is the solution of this differential equation. You have solution, you have differential equation, is just that the missing link is this function. So what you need to do is, if you find the differential equation of this curve, you will get this. So dy by dx only, if you differentiate this solution. So dy by dx is equals to now product rule. Okay. So this is log of cx whole square. First function, now log of cx is constant, derivative of x is 1 minus. This time x is kept constant and derivative of this is 1 by cx and this is c, just c. Okay, x cancel, c cancel. So this is log of cx minus 1 upon log of mod of cx whole square dy by dx. Okay. Log of cx is nothing but x by y. So this is x by y minus 1 upon x by y whole square. So dy by dx value will be what? X by y minus 1. Okay, so dy by dx will be nothing but xy. So let us just separate it out. Now dy by dx, x by y upon x by, so 1 upon x by y minus 1 upon x by y whole square. So this is actually y by x. dy by dx is finally coming, let me write it over here. Dy by dx is y by x minus, this is y by x whole square. So if you compare, now phi x is coming out as negative y square by x square. Option B is absolutely right. Just differentiate it nicely, and log of cx is nothing but x by y. Just plug in that value, you will be sorted. Now another question from Leibniz theorem. Everybody, yes? Okay. Let f be a differentiable function, f of 1 is 4, then the value of this limit is what? Limit x tend to 1. Okay, so this is 4 and this is f of x. 2t upon x minus 1. Let me just rewrite it. Understand this integration is only on this part and upon x minus 1. This x minus 1 is upon x minus 1. Are you getting my point? So this is how it is, Leibniz theorem. So if you apply x equals to 1, denominator 0, numerator f of 1 is 4, integration 4 to 1, 4 to 4, 0. In integration, if upper and lower limit becomes same, it becomes 0. 0 by 0 form. L'Hopital. So L'Hopital mein the denominator will be 1. Numerator Leibniz theorem, my dear students. So just put upper limit in place of t, differentiate upper limit, minus lower limit, and differentiating lower limit will give me 0 anyway. F dash 1 they are saying is 2, f of 1 is 4, and there is one more 2. This is the final answer. 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16. Option A, absolutely correct. Okay, all right, yes, getting it. Next question. The area bounded by the curves y minus x is equals to 4 minus y square. Understand this. This is having plus 2 and minus 2. 4 minus y square. So this is how it is. Oops, no, like this. This is your 4, right? Because if you put y is equals to 0, x will be 4. And this is right here. Okay? All right. This is plus 2 and minus 2. So I think twice of integral of this thing, okay, which is 4 minus y square dy. That's it. Double. Only I am talking about the first quadrant, but the final area will be double of this. So that's it. You need to just, so 4y minus y cube by 3, 0 to 2. So 2, this is 4 to the 8 minus 8 by 3. So 8 if you take common, so it will be 2 by 3. 32 by 3 is option B, B for Bombay, B for Bangalore. Another question, WBJ 2024. And by the way, this question is from, let me tell you the concept, limit of sum as definite integration. Limit of sum as definite integration. What does that mean? So limit n tend to infinity 1 by n, summation f of r by n. Limit of sum can be represented as definite integration. So understand 1 by n gets replaced by dx. Can you see? R by n gets replaced by x. Then accordingly you need to calculate upper and lower limit based on r is equals to 1 and what is there. Okay, so first of all, limit of a sum is given. That means connect the dots. Okay, so let me just write over here. Let me write the general term. Okay, so this is 2r power k upon n power k, and 1 by n I always wanted outside, limit n tend to infinity. Okay, because you have mentioned r, now you have to apply the sigma. So this is actually 2r upon n power k, and this is sigma r is equals to 1 to n. Okay, so now understand what is happening. This is 0 to 1. R by n will be replaced by x. So 2x power k dx. This is equivalent. Now you just have to, you don't have to do this. You have to do this. Your answer will be sorted. So 2 power k will be outside automatically. It is a constant. This is x power k. So x power k plus 1 upon k plus 1, and now apply upper and lower limit. So this will give you 2 power k 1 upon 1 k plus 1. Minus 0 will not be helpful. So 2 power k upon k plus 1 is matching with option C. Right? Yes, Yo-Yo Honey Singh. Correct ho gaya. Next question. In a GP series consisting of positive terms. GP series consisting of positive terms. Each term is equal to the sum of next terms. Each term is equal to the sum of next two terms. So clearly, each term is equals to A will be equals to AR plus AR square. 1 is equals to R plus R square. Simple. R square plus R minus 1 is equals to 0. So from here, minus 1 plus minus square root of B square. So this is root 5 by 2. Obviously, positive terms means r cannot be negative. R will be root 5 minus 1 by 2. Root 5 minus 1 by 2, option B, absolutely right. Some questions are easy. Just get the hang of the speed, you will understand each and every question. The next question is also not very difficult. This is your function. If you plot the graph, you can decode any option, maxima, minima, anything. So mod of x square minus 1. See, understand. If I try to plot just x square minus 1, it will look like this. Now it will look like this if you take mod. Okay. Now local minima will be these 2 points and local maxima will be this point. So 2 minimum, minus 1 and 1, you will get 2 minimum, and no local maxima is not possible. Option A is wrong. Can you see at plus minus 1 you are having minima, and at x equals to 0 local maxima? Option C is absolutely right. I think this was an absolutely easy peasy lemon squeezy question. Alrighty, the next question. See, this question I am skipping because it's a similar question we have done. Same to same in the beginning only. Starting 5 questions mein 1 question was this. Now this expression 1 plus iota power n is equal to what? See. So what I'm going to do is 1 plus iota power n, 1 minus iota power n minus 2. So can I write 1 minus iota square? Because minus 2 power will go in the numerator, it will become plus. So this is 1 plus iota and 1 minus iota power n. Let us rationalize this, and this actually is 1 plus iota square, which is 0, minus 2 iota. So this is minus 2 iota. That's it. If you rationalize, so into 1 plus iota into 1 plus iota, denominator will become 2. And if you rationalize 1 plus iota square, see, let me just show you. This is 1 plus iota, 1 minus iota. Now rationalize. into 1 plus iota, 1 plus iota. Okay, so this is your 2. A plus b, a minus b, a square minus b square, iota square is coming out as minus 1. Now this 1 plus iota square. Okay, and then 2 iota. So this is 2 iota power n. This is minus 2 iota. 2 cancel iota power n, and minus 2 iota is the correct answer. So minus 2 is there, and iota power n plus 1, option C, is matching exactly with this answer. Okay. Alrighty, next question, easy question from the world of matrices. This is actually upper triangular matrix. Upper triangular matrix. Okay. Upper triangular matrix or lower triangular matrix, the determinants will be what? Multiplication of the diagonal elements. 25x is determinant. Okay. Is equals to, if you take square root, it will be plus minus 5. Determinant A from here will be plus minus 5, correct? So clearly x will be plus minus 1 by 5. As per this answer, only plus 1 by 5 is applicable. So option A is absolutely correct. Mod x, and also they are talking about mod x. So negative sign we cannot showcase. Okay. Then this question I would like DIY homework question. I would like you to do this question. How to do? See, suppose this is actually B, then AC. So BAC is equals to I, correct? Now B, you want A, right? So AC is equals to pre-multiply B inverse. So B inverse, 2 cross 2, shortcut ninja technique, you know how to calculate inverse of a 2 cross 2 matrix. You know, you want A, so isolated, so B inverse, C inverse. Okay, so A is B inverse, C inverse. So you just need to take B inverse and C inverse of these two, multiply them so that A matrix will be there in front of you. Answer key is right there. And this question, the last question by the way, unit vector xy, unit vector in xy plane making an angle of 45 degree with I cap and j cap. Okay, so unit vector, let's take an xy plane, any vector is ai cap plus bj cap. This vector is making an angle of 45 degree with this. Okay, so dot product, see cos 45 degrees, you remember this formula, cos theta is a dot b upon ab. So 1 by root 2 is equals to a dot b. So this is a plus b upon magnitude of a is 1 anyway, right? A square plus b square is 1, and this is root 2. So a plus b is 1. Okay, then 60 degree with 3i minus 4j. 3a minus 4b is equal to, so this is, if you apply the same formula, magnitude of this vector is 1, the magnitude of second vector is 5. So 5 by root 2. Solve. So if you solve by root 2, no, 60 degrees, sorry, 60 degrees the angle, no? 60 degrees 1 by 2, so 1 by 2, 5 by 2, correct. So now what we can do is calculate the value of A, so multiply 4. So 7A is equals to 4 minus 5 by 2. So 8, so this is 3 by 2. Okay. So you are adding, no, sorry, you are adding. Multiply and add. Multiply it with 4 and then add. So 4 2 is 8 plus 5, 13 by 2, correct? So 13 by 14. A is coming out as 13 by 14. So I think B and D are wrong. Similarly, if you want to calculate what? A, right? So you multiply it with 3 and then subtract. So if you multiply it with 3, so 7B and 3 minus 5 by 2. So 1 by 2, okay? So 1. So if you do that, B value will be nothing but 1 plus 1 by 14. Option A is absolutely right. Just solve these two equations, you will get your answer. And we are done with the top 50 questions, my dear students. We are done. Okay. but I have given you 10 more questions for your practice in this file. Get the file from the description box, okay? And if you are looking for, if you're preparing for J Advanced, just check out the link in the description box. We are running Eklavya batch, which is in English as well as English, 2 separate batches. And if you are a serious J Advanced aspirant, if you feel that yes, I know the JEE Main syllabus, sometimes it happens if you feel, ma'am, JEE Main I didn't score good, but still you can try for J Advanced. J Advanced is completely different exam. Some students who might not do well in JEE Main, they do JEE, they do good in JEE Advanced. It happens. So if you feel my concepts are clear, it's just that speed and everything, the pattern based question, I don't know, but I can solve difficult question by taking some time. Speed is not my forte, and if you have cleared the cutoff of JEE Main, just go for it. And if not, you want to solve some good problems from a good source, Rank Accelerator book is right here in front of you. If not, if you're preparing, obviously you're preparing for WBJ, you should prepare for BitSat, ComEdK, I think you should do that, and then EMSAT and VIT EEE test series to there. MHTCT is done, right? So these are the exam, SRMJ again. These are the exams, combo extra mile test series, mock test, because see, now you have covered your syllabus of JEE Main. So you need to focus on giving mock as much as possible. So this is the mock test, which is coming under 1299, and yes, 10 mock test of each and every test, each and every exam will be available to you. And along with that, if you are looking for, if not you, your sibling, your friends, your colleagues, your acquaintance are looking for Vedantu Offline Center, then please let them know that we are running an offer avail up to 40% scholarship on Droppers batch. You can see starting from April attempt, starting from 25th April. Now these are your offline centers. Okay, you can locate the city and just have a visit. Link is given in description box. Right now, IB SAT scholarship test is running, which will give you maximum scholarship up to 90%. So register for free. Just appear for the examination. Keep your options open. Let your siblings, your sister, brothers aware about it. Okay, and yes, if you want free study material, you can download from the description box as well. Do follow us on Telegram for more such updates of other examination, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. After the session, please let me know what other exam you want to see on this channel, because we are covering other examination other than JEE Main and Advanced. Okay, so just let us know if you're preparing for any other exam, if we can help you in that exam. This is me, your Ninja Ma'am, signing off. I'm gonna see you in the next video.